fire in my breast shall never be extinguished. All things in this world have a source. Nothing begets nothing. Follow the chain of cause and effect, and it will lead you to the end.
For the record, you, Osvald, plead not guilty. Is that correct? The facts are thus. Upon extinguishing the fire, the bodies of your wife and daughter were found in the rubble. They were nearly charred beyond recognition, a gruesome sight. Thus, the court accepts, without objection, immolation as the cause of death. However, there is one last inexplicable detail. Nothing one could reasonably consider the cause of the conflagration was found at the scene. Ergo, the fire ought not to have happened at all. Absent the use of magic, that is. You were a scholar of magic, weren't you, Osvald? Is that a mere coincidence? I think not. Having conducted a thorough investigation of the scene, the court... You, Osvald, were the only...
In the sacred name of Alafan the Scholar King, the court hands down the following verdict. Osvald V. Van Stein, we find you guilty of the murder of your wife and daughter. Do you have any last words?
Harvey. The man who took everything from me. Shall die by my hand. I swear it. Frigid Isle. A solitary island in the far northern reaches of the sea. Some call it the edge of the world. Blanketed in snow all through the year. The nearest continent is due east. 4 days' journey by sea. Even on the largest vessel. Even then, the fierce blizzards at sea can make a wreck of the mightiest ships. Trips to and from this accursed place are heavily regulated. This place holds all mainlanders found guilty of the most heinous crimes. It held over 300 of us at its peak. In its 80-year history, none have escaped. Or rather, I should say, the deplorable treatment of the prisoners ensures that lives end before sentences do. I have survived for 1,879 days. But shall extinguish the fire in my breast.
Another frigid day in hell, eh, Professor? You know what this is? It's your little notebook. It never leaves your hands, does it? Oh, don't look at me like that. I'm only borrowing it. You were quite the scholar, weren't you? Yes, this notebook could be worth quite... I'm sure it'd fetch me a tidy pile of cigarettes. You're welcome to take it back, of course, but you'll have to fight. Take it back. I've got no use for your filthy... Help! Guard! Help! Some...
What's all this about?
It's him. He attacked me.
Well, if it isn't Osvald, our magical murderous scholar. How do you like the new toy I gave you, Professor? It's a fine little... Keeps you from speaking those spells you love so much. You're the only one who has the honor of wearing it, I'll have you know. What's that look? I know defiance when I see it, and I'll have none of it. I'd love to hear what you sound like. When you're begging for your life, that is.
13 seconds. 13 seconds from the time a prisoner calls for help. To at least some valuable... One warden and 34 guards. Over time, I've learned much about the way the prison... And all of that knowledge... An escape, for which the plan is written in this... I've revised said plan numerous times these last 5. only 3 pieces of the puzzle. The first, an escape route. For this, I have chosen a passage that leads beneath the prison. This passage is overlooked even by the guards themselves, and it leads directly out of this place. I must conduct a more thorough review of it, and soon. The second, suitable clothing. Once I escape, I'll be exposed to the elements. The cold will claim me in minutes if I am clad in nothing but these rags. The third and final? To escape on my own would be to rely on my own assumptions. I require the help of another with intimate knowledge of the prison's inner. With these 3 pieces in place, my plan shall move that much closer to... At which point...
Wake up, human filth! To work with you!
I understand this island was once dotted with... Entire mountains were reduced to rubble for ore. To this day, there remains... It's immensely flammable, and sells for a fair bit. So the prisoners are forced to mine it, and the guards...
Mine, scum! Keep those hands moving! I said, keep moving! Unless you'd rather freeze! What's wrong with you?
Can't...
Don't you go soft. Need I remind you that you were sent here? So beg whatever gods you serve for forgiveness. And dig, you use. Your life is worthless compared to... And believe you me, we'd burn you instead if you were anywhere near as easy. Do you understand? Answer me!
Warden, sir.
An unfortunately common sight. We are adaptable creatures. Any environment, no matter how horrific, can be... Forced labor is followed by a vanishingly small... It is in this free time that I review the remaining pieces. They are 3. The first, an escape route. The prison is as old as it is massive. There are bound to be... Perhaps I can glean a hint or two from someone with... The second? One they call the Provisioner sells the clothing on. But first, I need to find them. The third and final piece. My accomplice cannot be an ordinary prisoner. I must find someone capable of enacting my escape. Then all that will remain. There are not so many guards watching the cafeteria. Now is my chance to find an accomplice. No, this one.
You there. A word. What are you playing at? Skulking around and... Ah, right. You can't speak on account... I've been watching you. You know, for the last 5 years. And all that time you've been feigning indifference while you surveilled the place, right? The other prisoners, the guards, everyone and everything. Watching for minute differences, like you're making some sort of audit. As far as I'm concerned, only 2 types of prisoners watch, and people plotting an escape. If it's the former, I know someone who can help. But if it's the latter... So, which one are you? Shake your head if you're the former, or nod if you're the latter. So, my eyes didn't deceive me after all. Now, for my formal request. I want in on... I can be of use to you. You'll see. I got lots of valuable information I'll only share with a close... I've collected it over my long years in this place. That's why I know my information's good.
Only someone of considerable wit could have figured out my plot through mere observation. Further, he is correct that I have need of his wares. I can certainly use them to my advantage.
I knew you'd see it my way. So...
This horrid island is 4 days' journey from the nearest shore. Even if our escape proves successful, we'll need a ship capable of making the journey to the mainland. I have set my sights on the vessel carrying the inspectors, who visit the prison on an erratic schedule. Thus, I need to know when it is due to arrive next. The ledger containing that information is fiercely guarded. I stand no chance of laying eyes on it. But all I need to know is the date. For that will be the date we make our escape.
Understood. Not impossible, though. I'll contact you once One more. Get me the key to this muzzle. Can't make any promises there, seeing as it was made just for you. Let's just pray luck is...
The plan is in motion. I just need to...
Osvald. Osvald. Have you found the answer?
To work, maggots! Move!
So you're the muzzle scholar You look like you need something. The name's Bale. I can secure most anything. Not for money, given our circumstance. But everyone has something of...
So, he won't hand it over for... I'd better scrutinize some of the other prisoners. I don't believe this prisoner knows anything. I don't believe this prisoner. Here it is. Sure, let's see how he responds.
Finally come to pay, have you? What's that?
Whatever you want, it's yours. Just swear you...
My plan proceeds. This clothing ought to keep me.
Back to your cells!
That will have to wait.
Osvald, have you found the answer?
No, Harvey. Though I have a theory. Behold this small flame. Yet if I apply the equation I have here, its intent... And in theory, its power... However, as long as it remains a flame...
Using equations to... You're a genius, Osvald. The one true magic. You're one step closer to it. Though, I must warn you not to grow too fond of the... Time to work, you...
I must find a prisoner familiar. I don't believe this.
The underground passage. But don't go asking me details. Best I can say...
The library. This must be the labor report that prisoner spoke of. Whoever wrote it spared no detail in recording the construction of the passage. And they were a prisoner as well. There's an entry to the passage right by the guard station. All is proceeding. I've studied the tunnel's construction.
Back to yourselves!
Seems I'm out of time.
Osvald. Have you found the answer?
I've reached a dead end. I've explored every possible avenue. What could possibly be powerful enough to serve as the source of the one true...
You've done enough. Now, allow me to provide the
Harvey.
Confidant. It took a while, but the goods came in.
What's this?
You misunderstand.
It's your lucky day, scum! Speak another word, and I will bury you in the very pit in which...
At least that's the last I'll ever feel of that club. I'll see you at the storehouse behind the map. Good to see you, Confidant. It sure wasn't easy, but I nicked it. The inspection led. Better still, the inspectors are due to... All we need to do is follow you. We're nearly free.
Tomorrow. At last.
Can't believe they made it. Aye, the gods are in a foul mood yet again. Sure to be a...
The inspectors should be arriving. Prison patrols will be short-handed while they ready a welcome party for the ship. That leaves a small window in which to begin executing our... It's time. First, the entrance to the underground.
Excellent. Excellent work, Confidant. But first, I have the key to that muzzle. I'm locked up now, sure. Now I finally get to hear your... Huh? Well?
It's cold.
Now I see why they needed to muzzle you. You're quite the talk.
There's no time. Keep moving. Oh, and, thanks for the key.
You're real warm and fuzzy, aren't you? Save the... Off we go, Con...